Sawadee Cup. Hello, good evening. This is Kun Insiam once again bringing you the Nakmuay Talks episode 2. Today we're going to talk on the tradition in details. Last time we did touch some points, but we are going to elaborate on those points today. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk on Waikru, the Mongkon, the Prajat, the Sarama music that accompanies when you play Muay Thai, whether it's a traditional one or amateur one. This music must accompany all throughout the bouts that you are going to play. And the different dress and gears used in Muay Thai, whether it's amateur one or professional one or elite one, and there are some fun facts of Muay Thai which will be shown at the end of the episode. And as I promised you before, there will be a surprise guest today. This portion of this episode was pre-recorded 2 or 3 days back, and I'm very sorry. I was supposed to put this on much earlier today, but due to some technical difficulties, I was unable to do so. And hopefully, you're gonna stay with me until the end of the episode. And we'd appreciate it very much if you can like and subscribe our channel in YouTube, and also just drop by, put a like in the Facebook page. কি অবাক হচ্ছেন আপনারা? এতক্ষণ পর্যন্ত যা দেখলেন তাকেই আসলে ওয়াইক্রু বলে। আমি কিছুক্ষণ আগে বলছিলাম শুরুর দিকে যে আজকে আমরা যে জিনিসগুলো নিয়ে কথা বলবো তার মধ্যে ওয়াইক্রু একটা অংশ। ওয়াইক্রুর অর্থ হচ্ছে আপনার টিচার বা কোচকে সম্মান দেখানো। এটা দুটো শব্দের সমষ্টি, যার মধ্যে রয়েছে ওয়াই এবং ক্রু। ওয়াই এর লিটারাল মিনিং হচ্ছে সম্মান এবং ক্রু এর লিটারাল মিনিং হচ্ছে কোচ, টিচার বা গুরু। এখানে একটা জিনিস খেয়াল রাখতে হবে, ক্রু যে শুধুমাত্র মুয়ে থাইয়ের কোচকে বলা হয় তা কিন্তু না। একজন টিচারকে যে কোনো সাবজেক্টে হাই স্কুল বা কলেজ বা ইউনিভার্সিটি টিচারকে আপনি ক্রু বলতে পারেন থাই ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে। তো সেক্ষেত্রে ক্রুর মিনিংটা অনেক ব্রড। আর ওয়াই ক্রুর ইম্পর্টেন্স হচ্ছে অসম্ভব রকম। আর কারণ এটা হচ্ছে দিস ইজ এন ইন্টেগ্রাল পার্ট অফ মুয়ে থাই। তো কোনো দুটো স্টাইলকে ডিস্টিংগুইশ করতে গেলে আপনার টেকনিক বাদে আপনি কি দিয়ে ডিস্টিংগুইশ করবেন? যদি টেকনিকগুলো একই রকম হয় সেক্ষেত্রে ডিস্টিংগুইশ করার মতো কোনো জিনিস তো আপনার কাছে থাকতে হবে, পয়েন্ট থাকতে হবে। এই ওয়াই ক্রু হচ্ছে ওয়ান অফ দ্যাট পয়েন্ট, যা দিয়ে আপনি ডিস্টিংগুইশ করতে পারবেন অন্যান্য স্ট্যান্ড আপ মার্শাল আর্টের সাথে। তো আমি যেটা বলছিলাম যে ওয়াইক্রু আসলে সম্মান দেখানো, যে সম্মান এটা শাব্দিক বা আক্ষরিক অর্থে সম্মান আপনি বলতে পারেন আপনার টিচারকে, আপনার কোচকে, আপনার কর্নারম্যানকে, ইভেন ইয়োর অপোনেন্ট, your opponent's coach, the audience, the honorable judges and the ring referee, আপনি সবাইকে সম্মান জানাচ্ছেন। তো সেক্ষেত্রে যারাই আপনার পারফরমেন্স দেখছে বা খেলা দেখছে তাদেরকে আপনি সম্মান করছেন আপনার এই পারফরমেন্সটা দিয়ে। এটার সাথে স্পিরিচুয়ালিটি একটা অংশ রয়েছে, অবিচ্ছেদ্য অংশ রয়েছে। তো ওয়াইকুর যে ভাগগুলো আছে তার মধ্যে একটা মেজর পোর্শন হচ্ছে রামমুয়ে। যখন দুজন প্লেয়ার ওয়েদার ইটস ফ্রম রেড কর্নার ব্লু কর্নার থেকে ঢুকে এন্টার করে, তারা তখন ঢোকার পরে ওয়াইক্রু আরম্ভ করে কিছুক্ষণ পরে। এবং ওয়াইক্রু আরেকটা অংশ হচ্ছে, অবিচ্ছেদ্য অংশ হচ্ছে ওয়াইক্রুর সারামা মিউজিক বা অ্যাকম্পানিং মিউজিক। আপনারা খেয়াল করবেন যে মুয়ে থাইয়ের ম্যাচগুলোতে সবসময় একটা মিউজিক চলতে থাকে, তো এটাকে সালামা মিউজিক বলে। ওয়াইক্রুর যে মিউজিকটা সেটা অন্যান্য আপনার রাউন্ডগুলো থেকে, যেমন ধরেন আপনার অ্যামিচারে 3 রাউন্ড, আপনার প্রফেশনালে 5 রাউন্ড খেলা হয় অর্গানাইজেশন ভেদে। তো সেক্ষেত্রে এই রাউন্ডগুলোর যে মিউজিকটা প্লে করা হয় সালামা মিউজিক, সেটার বিট এবং ফ্রিকোয়েন্সি একটু হাই হয়। ওয়াইক্রু মিউজিকটা একটু ইজি গোয়িং এবং একটা আস্তে চলে। আর আর্টিস্টিক ভ্যালু তো অবশ্যই আছে এটার মধ্যে, যেটা আমি বলছিলাম যে স্পিরিচুয়ালিটি একটা জিনিস এখানে রয়েছে, অবিচ্ছেদ্য অংশ, অ্যাজ এ পার্ট অফ ইট। তো আমরা যেটাকে রামময়ে বলি, প্রথম অংশটা যেটা বসা থেকে শুরু করে দাঁড়ানোর আগ পর্যন্ত যেই অঙ্গভঙ্গিগুলো করা হয় সেটাই আসলে রামময়ের অংশ। আমরা সকলেই জানি রামকে। আসলে আমাদের ভারতীয় উপমহাদেশে ভারত থেকে, ভারতের যে সংস্কৃতি আছে সেটার সংস্পর্শে কিন্তু এ পাশের অনেকগুলো কান্ট্রি, শুধুমাত্র যে বাংলাদেশ তা না। আমরা যদি ক্রমান্বয়ে আমাদের পাশে কান্ট্রিগুলোতে দেখি, আপনার মিয়ানমারে অতটা পাইনি, কিন্তু থাইল্যান্ডে পেয়েছে, ভিয়েতনামে পেয়েছে, ক্যাম্বোডিয়াতে পেয়েছে, লাওসে পেয়েছে। আর আপনারা শুনে অবাক হবেন, আমরা জানি যে রামের রাজধানী কি ছিল? অযোধ্যা, রাইট? কোইন্সিডেন্টালি থাইল্যান্ডের প্রাচীন রাজধানী হচ্ছে অযোধ্যা, তবে ওদের ভাষায় বা ইংলিশে এটাকে উচ্চারণ করা হয় অযোধ্যায়া বলে। তো এতটুকুই পার্থক্য। ওয়াইক্রু প্রসঙ্গে ফিরে আসি। ওয়াইক্রু সাধারণত এটা দুভাবে করা যায়। আমি যেটা বলছি, রামময়ে করে অনেকে শেষ করে ফেলে, তারপরে কিছু কিছু আসল সৌন্দর্যের জন্য, সাবলীলতার জন্য, বা আপনি বলতে পারেন ওয়ার্ম আপের জন্য আপনি কিছু এলংগেট করতে পারেন ওয়াইক্রুটাকে। তো ওইগুলোর মধ্যে আপনি অ্যাড করতে পারেন রামা ফলোইং দ্য ডিয়ার, এটাও কিন্তু সেই রামায়ণ মহাভারত থেকে নেওয়া হয়েছে। তারপরে বিউটিফুল মেডিং অ্যাপ্লাইং দ্য ফেস পাউডার, এটাতে আসলে তুলে ধরা হয় মুয়ে থাই যে ফেমিনিন সাইড, যে সফটওয়্যার সাইড, এটাকে ডিপিক্ট করা হয়। হতে পারে ওয়ারিয়ার ড্রিঙ্কিং ফ্রম দ্য হর্ন অফ দ্য বাফেলো হর্ন। তারপরে আরেকটা মুভমেন্ট আছে যে ওয়ারিয়ার শ্যাপারিং হিজ সোর্ড। আর এখানে আপনারা যে বিউটিফুল ওয়াইকুটা দেখলেন, আসলে আমি ওয়াইকু বহু দেখেছি, দেখার সৌভাগ্য হয়েছে বোধ আউটসাইড অফ বাংলাদেশ এবং বেসিক্যালি থাইল্যান্ডে। তো এত সুন্দর ওয়াইকু আমি খুব কমই দেখেছি। আর আরেকটা জিনিস আপনাদের বলে রাখা ভালো, হয়তো বা প্রাচীনকালে এটা অনেকেই শুনে থাকবেন যে এমনও সময় ছিল যে অনেক আগে যদি দুজনেরই ওয়াইক্রু মিলে যেত তাহলে কিন্তু তারা ফাইট করতো না। এরকম একটা আপনি কি এটা রুমর কিনা আসলে এটাকে সাবস্টেনশিয়েট করার মতো অতটা কোনো প্রমাণ আমি পাইনি। তো এটাকে আমি রুমর হিসেবে ধরে রাখছি। ফাইট হতো না, হয়তো দেখা যাচ্ছে দুজনেরই একই ক্যাম্প ভেদে কিন্তু হোয়াইট গ্রুপ চেঞ্জ হয়। আপনার মেইন সেগমেন্টগুলো ডিফারেন্সিয়েট হয়, তাদের ইয়াম সামকুন বা থ্রি ডাইমেনশনাল স্টেপ চেঞ্জ হয়, তাদের টেম্পো চেঞ্জ হয়। একটু খেয়াল করবেন এই দুইজন প্লেয়ার কি কি পরে আছে। এখানে যে ওয়াইকুটা করা হলো সেটা কিন্তু প্রফেশনাল মুয়েথায়ের বাউট আরম্ভ হওয়ার আগের ওয়াইকু। ওয়াইকু কিন্তু ইরেসপেক্টিভ অফ প্রফেশনাল অর অ্যামেচার বাউট ইজ দ্য। হ্যাঁ, আপনারা এখন ছবিটিতে যে জিনিসটা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, এখানে চারজন বাদ্যযন্ত্র বাদক বসা। তারা তাদের দুজনে ঢোল বাজাচ্ছেন, একজন বাঁশি এবং একজন সিম্বল। এটাতে বাংলাতে কি অর্থ বলে আমি ঠিক জানি না, পরে আমি জেনে জানাতে পারবো। তো এরাই হচ্ছে সারামা মিউজিক বাদক। অনেক সময় এটা রেকর্ডেড ব্যবহার করে, অনেক সময় এরা লাইভেও, বড় বড় গেমগুলোতে লাইভেও চলে। আপনার ছবিটিতে এখন যে জিনিসটা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন, বড়টাকে বলা হচ্ছে হেডব্যান্ড বা মঙ্কন, এবং ছোট যে জিনিসটা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন তাকে বলা হচ্ছে প্রাজেত বা আর্মব্যান্ড। তো কেউ কেউ প্রাজেত এক হাতে পরেন বা দু হাতে পরা যায় এটাকে। আর মঙ্কন আপনি কখন পরবেন, রিংয়ে ঢুকোর ঠিক আগে আপনার মঙ্কন পড়তে হবে এবং আপনার কোচ আপনাকে সেটা পরিয়ে দেবে। এবং রিংয়ে ঢুকে মঙ্কন পড়া অবস্থা আপনার দাঁড়িয়ে থাকতে হবে। পরে আপনার ওয়াইকো শেষ করার ঠিক পর মুহূর্তে আপনি যখন আপনার কোচের কাছে আসবেন তখন উনি নিজ হাতে আপনার মঙ্কনটা খুলে দেবে। আপনি ভুলেও কিন্তু নিজ হাতে নিজের মঙ্কন খুলতে পারবেন না। এখানে আপনার পয়েন্ট ডিডাকশন করা হবে যদি জাজে এবং রেফারি দেখে। এটা একেবারে নিষেধ। আর মঙ্কনের ট্র্যাডিশন হচ্ছে প্রাচীনকালের থাই যোদ্ধারা যখন যুদ্ধে যেত তখন তারা এই আর্মব্যান্ড এবং হেডব্যান্ড পরে যেত এবং বিশ্বাস করত আসলে এগুলো বৌদ্ধ ভিক্ষু বা বুদ্ধিস্ট মঙ্ক দ্বারা ব্লেসড করা। তারা বিশ্বাস করতো এই কারণে যে তাদের কোনো শারীরিক ক্ষতি হবে না বা তারা কোনো বড় কোনো দুর্ঘটনার শিকার হবেন না। সেই ট্র্যাডিশনটা এখনো কিন্তু ক্যারি করা হয় আপনার মুয়াই থাই গেমগুলোতে একটা অবিচ্ছেদ্য অংশ হিসেবে। দর্শক মন্ডলী, আপনারা আপনাদের সামনে যে ছবিটি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন তা হচ্ছে অ্যামেচার মুয়াই থাই। এবং এখানে আপনি খেয়াল করলে দেখবেন যে প্রত্যেকে গার্ড পরা, যেটা অ্যামেচার মুয়াই থাইতে অবশ্যই একটা অংশ। আপনাকে হেড গিয়ার পরতে হবে, সাথে আপনার রেগুলেটেড ওয়েট গ্লাভস, আপনার এলবো প্যাড, এলবো গার্ড, শিন গার্ড, চেস্ট গার্ড, অফকোর্স গোয়েন্ট প্রোটেক্টর, এবং আপনার চেস্ট গার্ডের নিচে টি শার্ট বা স্যান্ডো গেঞ্জি এবং আপনার রেগুলেটেড শর্ট। এটাই হচ্ছে অ্যামেচার মুয়াই থাইয়ের আপনার ড্রেস আপ, যেটা আসলে সব মুয়াই থাই ফেডারেশন বা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ফেডারেশনগুলোতে একই জিনিস রুলস ফলো করা হয়। ব্র্যান্ড হয়তো ডিফারেন্স থাকতে পারে। দর্শক মন্ডলী, আপনারা এখন যে ছবিটি দেখতে পাচ্ছেন তা হচ্ছে অ্যামেচার এলিট ডিভিশনের জন্য। আপনারা খুব খেয়াল করে দেখুন, এখানে কোনো চেস গার্ড নেই, বাকি সবই একই রকম অ্যামেচার যে খেলাগুলো হয় তার মতোই। আর এখানে এলিট লেভেলে যে লোক বলতে যাদের বলছে তারা হয়তো অনেকেই এরা এরা অনেকেরই আপনার প্রফেশনাল লেভেলে খেলার অভিজ্ঞতা থাকে এবং এদেরকে অ্যালাউ করা হয় বিশেষ বিশেষ গেমসে। এই কারণে যেহেতু তারা প্রফেশনাল খেলছেন তাদেরকে এলিট লেভেল বা এলিট প্লেয়ার হিসেবে গণ্য করা হয়। এই ভদ্রলোককে আপনারা সবাই চেনেন। উনি যে ড্রেসটা পরে আছেন এটাই আসলে প্রফেশনাল মুয়াই থাইয়ের সর্বস্বীকৃত ড্রেস। তো অনেকেই পায়ের মধ্যে অ্যাঙ্কলেট পরেন, তবে অনেকেই পরেন না। আর অবশ্যই প্রফেশনাল মুয়াই থাইতে ড্রেসের মধ্যে অ্যামেচার এবং আপনার অ্যামেচার এলিটের মতোই, যেখানে কোনো গার্ড ইউজ করা হয় না। একমাত্র যেগুলো ইউজ করা হয় যে জিনিসগুলো তার মধ্যে রয়েছে আপনার গ্লাভস, অবশ্যই আপনার গোয়েন প্রোটেক্টর, আপনার শর্টস এবং আপনার মুখের যে মাউথ গার্ড সেটা, যেটা মাস্ট আপনার প্রফেশনাল লেভেলে খেলার জন্য। এছাড়া অন্য কোনো কিছু আপনি পড়তে বা ইউজ করতে পারবেন না আপনার শরীরে। Now the segment that all of you guys are waiting for. He's the special guest for today's episode, and his name is Kusai. He happens to be my teacher too, from whom I have learned my ABC of Muay Thai, and I'm very very grateful to this person for the knowledge they imparted to me. And actually, he was the most instrumental guy regarding molding my Muay Thai knowledge. Whatever I know, most of this knowledge are from him. And I'm so grateful to him, and I'm so happy to introduce him to you guys. I hope you're going to learn something new from him, and he's very candid regarding the tradition and everything else. And if you have any question, you can always contact me and through the Facebook or. It's good to have him.
สวัสดีครับ
It's good to have you in the program. And would you be kind enough to introduce yourself and tell about a little bit of yourself to our audience?
Yes. Hello, good evening. In Thai, we call it Sawadikap, meaning to say welcome, good afternoon, good morning. Okay. So my name is Cruzai. I'm also a Muay Thai practitioner. I'm also the president of Philippine Thai Boxing Association. Uh, under the auspices of different grandmaster. All right.
How long, sorry to interrupt you, Kru, how long have you been doing Muay Thai? How many years?
I've been training Muay Thai since 1996 until now.
Until now. So you started with whom, may I know? Who was your
Pardon?
who was your first teacher of Muay Thai? Your
My first teacher, his name was Winay, Bro Winay.
He was a Thai or from Philippines?
He was a Thai during those times.
Oh, I didn't know because I joined you much later, right? In 2000.
Okay, you join me later. You
2000.
only meet Master Pabila.
Oh, I remember the guy very well. So how is he? Is he still around?
I've never seen him now.
Okay, okay.
I've never been there.
Okay, Kru, I already informed you regarding our subject matter for today. And
Yes.
actually, for the audience, I'd like to say this is my crew from whom I have learned the ABC of Muay Thai. He was the one actually taught me the very basic, whatever foundation I have right now, whatever I'm doing right now. I would say 80% of that belongs to credit goes to my crew here, with whom I am talking right now at this moment. And if it wasn't for him, I would be, I don't know, where would I be? Probably I wouldn't have learned Muay Thai, maybe something else. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So we're going to keep the conversation related to the subject matter we discussed, and which is going to be tradition. True. Everything goes through changes, right? Everything becomes modern when it's time. So, do you think the tradition, which is related to Muay Thai, is important as it was important 20 years back, and it's going to be important now, and it's going to be important in the future? What is your thought on that?
Well, for the traditions, of course, some of now are focusing on Muay Thai sports. But even though, uh, let's not forget the Thai heritage, the origins of the sports, which is the traditional one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these things, I think some of the instructor are not focusing, or some crews, some of them did not focus on the traditional side. It is because it's too many systems to practice. They are focusing on modern times because all you need to do is you have little bit basic, and then you do the pad work, and you do lots of sparring, and then later on you need to develop stamina, and then later on you go fight. They forget to introduce the traditional sides
Uh,
of the sports.
when you say tradition, what do you think is the most important thing among? There are lots of tradition related to Muay Thai, right? What are the
Yes.
what is the most important according to your experience that should never be what should I say left behind? It should always be carried on. Whether Muay Thai goes in the Olympic or not, that's a different subject matter. But it was important 100 years back. It's important now. It's going to be important for the rest of the time as long as the Muay Thai is existing. What is the most
All right.
important?
The most important for these traditions in Muay Thai is it is, I think it's there's only three of that. First, you need to have respect.
Right.
This is the tradition that we must pass on to the next generation. Next, you need to have virtue. Next, you need to have discipline.
Right.
All of these things are combined together in order for you to understand this concept of the sports by heart, by mind, by means of work. Okay? So what I mean the tradition is do not forget the past. That's why there was a master saying to this, and I quote, he said, if Muay Thai pass it down to the next generation properly, there's no combat sports in the world incomparable to it.
Right. When we talk about Muay Thai strictly, this is mostly stand-up style, right? As far as I know, maybe I might be wrong, but I have seen some elements of ground fighting in old style of Muay Thai in Morippuram, but in modern day style, they don't include ground fighting there, right?
It is because some of the promotions they are what to call this, they have lots of interest about this because they don't have a proper knowledge about the culture of the sports. All they know is about fighting. Okay, but if you understand the tradition, these things also considered part of this.
Right.
All right. So it is not just a ring sports. It is a discipline. It is a martial arts. By the way, this particular martial arts, this is what we call the entire forms of Muay Thai. So it becomes refined, now become Muay Thai sports, self-defense, and fitness.
Right.
Okay. Some people, when you ask them, oh, you do Muay Thai? Oh, yes. When you ask them, do you know what are the styles of your Muay Thai? They don't know.
Right. Right. They only know
So
Muay
there is
Thai,
no
Muay Thai. They
classification.
only know what they see. So nowadays they see only fighting in the ring. So do you think being a coach, it is also a responsibility, like you were talking before, passing on the knowledge to the next generation? If we don't inform other people that Muay Thai is much more than what we see in the ring, much more than only fighting, right? Don't you think it is also a responsibility? And at the same time, if we don't do it, it is our failure too. If we don't pass it the knowledge to the other people, because our teacher passed their knowledge to us, and it is our duty to pass those knowledge to the future generation, right?
Yes, this is the most important when it comes to teaching. You must know the lineage of your teaching. All
Right.
right? Lineage of teachings by means of what? As a crew, instructor, or coaches, whatever they call it as a teacher, in this particular sport, one must have this particular knowledge about the sports.
Right.
First and foremost, before you're going to introduce it, especially is this if this particular individual wanted to become part of the team or wanted to become a practitioner because what else wanted to become an instructor in the future, you must understand that as a responsible coach you have to inculcate this particular knowledge to every individual person who have interest in the sports, because there is lots of practitioner as of now. They just wanted to learn to punch. They just wanted to learn to have fun. But when it comes to serious matter about the context of the sport, they don't have time. They don't have time to review. They just wanted to enjoy the sports. But even though the coaches or the instructor, sometimes perhaps in other way, they must also impart this particular skills of traditions to the practitioners, even in just a small insert in a small type of envelope of knowledge when it comes to sports. Okay, one classification of a coach is also an open mind. He
Right.
knows what he is doing. He knows what he is teaching. Okay, nowadays they rely on pads, right?
Right.
This is their teacher, which is not. Muay Thai now need good teacher. Learn how to do these particular forms, the basic foundations of Muay Thai. What else? The basic techniques. This is what we call the Mai Mai and ABC of Muay Thai, for introduction to sparring, introductions to competition, introductions to this. In particular matter, the roads of what we call this success for the sports is rely also on the good instructor, of course, the good perspective. But you cannot force one, you cannot force anyone to practice this particular art, or you cannot force anyone to listen to you. Okay, you just talk with those people who have interest by heart,
Right.
not with interest because I wanted to become part of you as a part of your officers like that,
Not to
which is
pressure anyone, right? That's what you were saying.
it's about interest of these particular people about to know the sports. It is important that the instructor is knowledgeable enough to explain the fundamentals, the historical backgrounds, the discipline, the code of Muay Thai, the code of ethics, especially code of ethics of teaching. So these are very vital to the
Sorry,
instructor.
something just came to my mind. I don't know whether you can still remember that or not. You used to make us recite the oath of Muay Thai. Remember?
Yeah,
I haven't seen anyone doing it anywhere else in the world, as far as I
only
know.
because in Western country, in other country, they don't have interest about it. Okay? To us as a teacher, of course, it depends also on the teacher. To us as a practitioner, that particular oath or creeds pass it to us from our teachers. So
Right.
from us also we pass it down to our students. Okay? So in some particulars there are sayings that if you're not going to follow the autumn why you will be doomed. So something like that, but it's about the code of discipline. And every particular martial arts they have this own creeds. They have their own system to follow.
Uh, Group, sorry to interrupt you again.
Yeah.
We were talking regarding tradition of Muay Thai. When we talk about traditions of Muay Thai, there are few things very important to Muay Thai, right? The Waikru, the things they wear like Mongkon, Praja, and the music that
Yeah.
accompanies during the Waikru as well as during all the the what do you call this rounds, Muay Thai rounds, right? So,
Yes.
so do you think there is, if I'm not wrong, in early, maybe late 20s or early 20s, there was this movement. I'm not going to name. I think you are very much familiar with that. There was a controversy regarding calling Muay Thai or Muay, and there was these two groups. One group was trying to push Muay Thai to the Olympic, not IFMA, and this group was trying to what they call this exclude wearing of Mongkon, playing of music. Remember that? Do you think this particular thing that is associated to Muay Thai makes Muay Thai much more unique than any other martial art? Because you don't see any other martial art or martial artist before they fight performing the ritualistic waikru, like paying respect to your teacher, to your corner, to your batchmate, to your competitor, even to your coach. Do you think these are very, very important part, integral part of Muay Thai? You cannot leave it behind. Do you believe that?
Of course, to us as academic teachers of Muay Thai or Thai boxing, it is important. But some other people who don't understand the arts, they don't have this. They don't have this traditional what we call respect from the word crew. Y means bow, crew teacher. Okay, this particular things that we wore in here, it is the sign of hierarchy. The prajat or what we call this
Armband.
armband, and they call this good a gold block. It is also called the talisman before you go to war.
Right,
Because
right.
during the times before, remember that Siam people came from Sino tribe. They are all farmers.
Yeah.
Okay? So they used to live inside the what you call this inside the bamboos, in the forest, in the banana fields.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever things available around, they use it as part of their traditions. Okay,
Right.
so like crew, it is a respect given to them. They have dance from the word Ramway, white crew, like that. There are several countries who perform the same, like Cambodia, Myanmar,
Right, right,
Laos,
right.
we have these particular types of
Vietnam,
rituals,
yeah.
the same to Muay Thai,
Mm-hmm.
because all of them have the same traditions during those times. Okay?
Exactly.
So to us, Muay Thai, of course, we are very strict when it comes to teaching Muay Thai. It is because we know the art. Some people who practice other martial arts, they don't perform this because they are not part of their art.
Mm-hmm.
Us as a cultural heritage, Muay Thai is part of, Waikru is part of this.
Right.
Without this particular type, before the king gives you this particular shawl to wear in your head,
Uh-huh.
that's the con. Okay? Before it was a white towel
Right,
or
right,
white
right,
cotton
right,
cloth.
right.
Okay? The king will award it to you as part of the royal tie guard during those times. Okay? And some people also they put it in their waistline,
Mm-hmm.
consider that also as part of their weapon.
Right.
Okay? And then particular to that, this particular cotton robe they wear it inside in their waistline. Sometimes they make it as part of their robe. Remember that this particular tribes, the Sino tribes, they have water buffaloes.
Right.
Okay? If there's no rope available, they use this particular a shawl made of cotton. They use that as part of their what do you call this? Rope to tie up to the carabaos,
Oh,
to their
okay.
to their yes, to their what do you call
Neck,
this?
neck.
Flock.
Okay.
Yes. Touch them to bring them back. So in tradition to that, they put it inside here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When the night comes, it becomes their robe. When the
Oh,
sun
okay.
goes up,
Okay,
they
okay.
become
That's the reason who you're telling me there is a quote, twine, right? Okay.
yes.
Okay.
That's the
I was
start. They
I
put it
was under
here.
the impression it was like a rope, but it's not. It can be a cloth, right? As wide as this one. Just wind it together and make it
Yes.
a small something. I mean, thin like rope that resembles rope, and
Yes.
tie it on your head. And while it
Correct.
is monkons that we call the monkons, they were blessed by Thai monks, right? Buddhist monks, they were blessed by them.
It is because like this, okay? During the history times, way back 1500s, okay?
Hmm.
And may I ask you, how old is Muay Thai now?
I don't know. As far as I know, okay, according to my knowledge, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. That uh, if I'm not wrong, the last physical evidence of Muay Thai it was found in a book called Chupasarat, and that was found. That was the only remaining book. Right after there was siege by Myanmar army to Ayutthaya, and this was the
No,
one
may
of the
I
books
ask
that survived.
how
Right.
many how old
early
is
early
Muay Thai
early
actually?
early 1200, so I would say according to that book is 800 years old, but at the same time you're talking about similar styles in Myanmar and Cambodia and Laos, right? There is a temple,
Yes,
I forgot. There's a
that
very
is the Angkor Wat.
Angkor Wat, right, right, right. Angkor Wat temple. They say, I don't know, I haven't seen it personally. There are these, the art on the wall of the temple that depicts people fighting. So that temple itself is more than 2,000 years old. So when you consider the similar style and what is depicted there, the pictures, it is very much similar to what we call Muay Boran, right? Different Muay Boran techniques.
Yes,
So we can say that more or less there are some disputes in there. We leave it to the scholar themselves. Let's not divulge into controversy. It could be 2000, more than 2000 year old, Muay Thai itself.
yes. We already 1 century, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We already passed 1 millennium, correct?
Right, right, right.
From then there, it was 2,000 years old, then plus 1,000 years, it becomes 3,000 years old until now. Because Muay Thai was found during the 1500 AD.
Okay.
All right.
That's a new
So
information for our audiences. Please note that.
yes, there's lots of sculpture remains, yeah, hidden under the Angkor Wat
Okay.
that was destroyed
So
during the.
Okay, Chris, sorry. Let's go back to the tradition, what we talking about a while ago. Nowadays, you also pointed out, nowadays people, they are keen on learning how to fight, but they are not so, what do you call, interested about the tradition that is related to Muay Thai. So they only want to learn fighting. They don't want to consider, concentrate on Wai or any other form of old techniques. So they prefer to have pad work, then kicking in the back, and then some clinching, and that's all they want to learn. So do you think people like these people, okay, they're still Nakmuays, but are they complete Nakmuays, or something is lacking in them? Do you consider them complete? If they don't know, if they don't know what they call this one, Waikru, if they don't know what is Mongkon, what is Prajot, uh, can you consider them as complete Nakmoe or practitioner?
Okay, to question to that query, sometimes let's give leeway to this, okay? If these people wanted to practice martial arts like Muay Thai, okay? They just wanted to punch, kick the pads,
Hmm.
hit the pads, kick the bags, elbow punch and knee. And they don't have interest on that. So we leave it to the serious one, okay? Because nowadays they accept Muay Thai as part of their daily exercise. We cannot force individually, like what we call this, individually learn this particular matter, because none of them have capable doing this, except if you have a student who willing to fight. You have to train him like this. You have to understand like this, that this is the things that, remember, a passing your skills to the next generation would be creating the next best teacher also.
Right, right.
So not everyone can fight, but not everyone can understand the concept of the art, right?
True, another,
Everyone could become a fighter, but not
yes,
everyone become a teacher.
exactly. So true, this thing. True, let me ask you something. What do you believe that you need to have a particular amount of experience before you become a teacher or coach? How much experience should you have, or what type of experience if you want to be a coach of Muay Thai?
Uh, just wait. I just want to pause it because I need to ask someone to open the gate. Okay? Can I excuse? 30 seconds.
Okay,
Ah
sure,
no, 20 seconds.
sure, sure,
20 seconds. Okay?
sure, sure, sure,
20 seconds.
sure. I'll put it on hold.
Just mute. I'm going to mute. Okay?
Okay, okay.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, during my times when I was practicing Muay Thai, okay,
Mm-hmm.
asking me about my experience, how to become, how to become like that, correct?
Right.
The resources that I spent, like this, okay, not everyone the same as like this, like us before. It is because like this. During our times when we practice Muay Thai, we dedicate ourselves to the art.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't have resources during those times that much.
Right.
Okay, in flashback from my home, going to the training camp, I walk about 20 kilometers,
Where was
40
it?
kilometers back and forth.
It was in audience again. It was in Batasan, right, in Manila, Quezon City, or you were training at the time with the Philippine national team.
It was in Batasan. It was in Batasan. Then during these times, of course,
Uh, Before when you were
uh,
when you were training, you started training with Philippine national team, right?
not yet.
Ah,
During that time, I trained with this particular Thai guy. But before that, I already teach other martial arts, which is the weaponry.
okay, okay.
Okay? I teach knife. I teach stick. I teach.
Dear audience, you should know that Philippines is very famous for two things, which is knife fighting and stick fighting, right? And
Yes.
and it's a knife. That's it. That's
I
the
was
unique martial style to Philippines.
yeah. I was a teacher during those times of this particular weaponry, and then during that time I meet this particular instructor. His name is Vinay. I will show you my amulet if you want.
Oh, please, please, so the audience can see it too. Please,
No,
please share with.
I will get my amulet. Wait. I'm back. So this is my amulet given to me my first teacher.
Okay, that is nice. It's very old, right?
You also you wear it before.
You
When
don't.
I told you when you're wearing this, do not talk with girls.
Huh? I
Yes.
didn't know.
Okay?
Okay.
This amulet is good for good vibes, saying only beautiful words. That's why you always saying beautiful words to those ladies during those times. No? It was a joke, but it's
Uh,
true. During those times, okay?
True.
Training by that
Yes.
then,
Yes.
the first, of course, I'm an instructor for this particular knife fighting, okay? Let me tell you first. When this particular guy, he looked like gay. So he just, the car dropped him off in front of our house. Then I watched him outside. I was eating during this time, came from school. And then
You
the
were living where in Manila at that time?
in Makati City,
Okay. Okay.
Manila, the heart of the business central. So
Okay.
that's what happened. Then later on, he became my friend, and then we sheltered him. Winay, I don't know where's Winay now. He is a chef. They in their family is very respected in Thailand.
Uh-huh.
Later that I found out that he is also a grandmaster, but I don't know his name anymore because here in Philippines his name is very different. In Thai, different also.
Okay.
Okay, so during those times, when he asked me, "Oh, you're good, you fight," I told him I can fight anyone. Really? I told him yes. And then he watched me. He kept on watching me when I train. This type of kick like from karate, something like that. I learned from this. What the heck? Of course, for that martial arts, I have the interest. I, and then later on, he keep on practicing. I keep on practicing in the rooftop, and then he came up to me and said, I want you a fight. I will teach you spar." Then I told him I can spar anyone. Then out of the blue, he told me, "Okay, let let me show you my sparring." He said, "Me, I fight like that because I have lots of stitches here."
Ah, okay.
Yeah, me, I fight 850 times. Then I told him, "How many wins?" He told me from 850, my win is 600 plus. So he is a master. And he told me, "Let's spar." Then we spar. Of course, out of my ignorance, I wanted to hit him first. So I do the karate punch. Ha! Later,
So,
I
yeah,
found out.
your transition was from different martial art to Muay Thai, and from Master Vinay. Who was your next teacher?
After that, before that hand, I meet this guy. And I know before that hand, Vinay asked me if you know the address.
Uh,
Then I say, yes, I know this address. And that's the time I meet Master Pabila.
oh my God.
Okay? And then later on, but they don't know this guy. Then the first time when I bring me to ultra like that, I
And
saw lots of fighters.
from then on, Sir Valdez and the other masters.
Yeah.
I understand.
He is the
Okay.
father of Muay Thai in the Philippines.
Yeah,
And I really understand.
audience, you should know that this is an important thing to remember that when we talk about Sir Valdez, he's regarded as the father of Philippines Muay Thai, and this is also the guy who single-handedly pushed Muay Thai to become part of
Legal
mainstream
court.
sports festival, right? And all of us were there regarding, I think during SEA Games, 23rd SEA Games. That was the first time Muay Thai became a part of a general sports festival. That was the first time. And after that, World Games, then Combat Games, and lastly, it became a part of, hopefully, we will see Muay Thai soon in the Olympic. I don't know. There are some lots of controversies in there. We're not going to talk about that. So we will keep our track on the traditions as we were talking regarding. And another question, group. Some of the people, those who fought in Muay Thai, they say the music that accompanies them all throughout the bouts, it is kind of distracting. Do you think it is distracting, or is just there to keep the rhythm, to help the boxers to keep their rhythm, the music that
Yeah.
accompanies?
That music is accompanied, it is because it is the Thai tradition. We call it sarama.
Yeah, Sarama music, right?
I think sarama, Bangladesh have it,
Yeah,
Indian, they have it, the Rohingya tribes,
similar,
they have
similar.
it, Myanmar, they have it, and in that area, Vietnam, they have it. That is
Yeah.
what we call sarama. It will float in
Uh,
cymbals and little bit
then drum.
okay?
Yeah.
So those are the traditions that tradition is what we call they call it woodwind.
Mm. Crew, we are almost at the end of our episode, so we're going to cut short. If our audience wants you to come again and become our guest, would you be willing to? Would you come again as
Yeah, of
our
course.
guest? Okay. So
Anytime, as long as I'm free.
yeah, sure. We will let you know beforehand. And we're going to finish these things. And do you think, okay, what do you have as an advice to anyone who wants to learn Muay Thai, become a complete fighter? And when we talk about Nakmuay, it has so much big meaning. Not only the people who knows how to fight in the ring and they can throw the kick and punches, it doesn't mean that they're Nakmuay. They have to know the tradition, they have to know the culture that is related to Muay Thai, right? So do you have any advices for anyone who wants to take up Muay Thai seriously?
Yes. Hey, that's a good question, okay? The best advice is this, okay? Be respectable to your lineage of teaching. The first and foremost, if you want to become a successful fighter, not just a fighter, but a practitioner, listen to your teacher all the time. Always ask a technique. All right? Do not be disheartened if your teacher is going to tell you these particular things to make you stronger. Because in to become a successful fighter, you need to have this particular in mind. You need to have strong determination. Physical, psychological, you have to be strong. Why? In psychological way, if your teacher is going to tell you these things, smash you from your brain to your heart, you will not get disheartened. Why? First and foremost, the physical being, if this physical being trained, you train by this, you train by that, any harmful words, you will not react. When it comes to the ring, you are tough. Next to that, emotional capacity.
Yeah.
Okay? When someone hit you like that, you will not react right away. Meaning to say you learn how to give leeway. But when it comes to fight, it's different. Okay, next to that, after psychological, emotional, you need to have will physical being. Physical being is all of this. You have techniques, basic techniques, conditioning, what else? Nutrition and everything. Most of these things you must have loyalty to your training, loyalty to your camp, loyalty to your instructors. What else? Of course, as a fighter, you need to complete yourself from gears, hand drop, boxing glove, shin guard, groin cap, headgear, mouthpiece. These are the vital equipments as a fighter. Okay? When you don't have these particular things, try to ask your teacher. Crew, can I borrow something that I can train? I wanted to push through. Okay. So next to that, punctuality. Punctuality meaning to say when your crew is telling you, oh, this is the time for training, jogging for about, don't come to training very late or else you will not,
How about
nothing. It's
crew?
not
How
just
about
discipline.
loyalty? Loyalty to the teacher and
No,
the master.
as you train as you train along,
Yeah.
something is like this. You train loyalty. This particular training with discipline, virtue, in everything, it must be guarded with loyalty. This
Right.
loyalty must be changed with respect.
So you mean to say loyalty itself is the cover of everything, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
everything. Of course, first and foremost, as part of respect, before you start training, you need to clean up your space, clean up your gym, mop it, and then later on, the things that you're going to use, put it back in place. Before and after, you need to give bow to your gym, respect. Make the things in proper so the next day when you come back, the things are ordered. So it is not scattered around. All right. It
Sorry,
is
sorry, crew. I have to cut short the time. Maybe we have around 2 or 3 minutes left. Uh,
okay.
okay. Thank you very much on behalf of Nakmuay Talks. Thank you for becoming a part of our episode, and we hope to see you again very soon. We are planning to this time, maybe in the future, we are planning to invite some other people from Thailand as well, some other countries, and we're going to have you all together in single platform so we can voice out our concern and teach the right way of Muay Thai, the right Muay Thai. There are so many people these days those who teach, which is not Muay Thai. At least according to my knowledge, understanding, that is not Muay Thai. If it's not like you said, if it's not covered by loyalty and all the things that is necessary to uphold the tradition, the culture, the respect, that is an integral part of Muay Thai itself. It's not Muay Thai at all. So you cannot just take it bits and pieces and make it Muay Thai or claim yourself to be a Muay Thai fighter. You cannot do that. You have to have a total package, right? That's what we talk
Yeah.
about here, and hopefully our audiences were able to get something out of it. And we hope to do it again soon. And all the audience, those who are listening, if you want to want us to talk on any particular subject, please do share your opinion on that, and we will do our best to enlighten you with what we know. And again, thank you so much again, crew. I appreciate it a lot, and hope to see you again soon. Saudi Cup, and more power to Muay Thai and the real practitioners of Muay Thai and teachers of Muay Thai. And good night. I'll see you again. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Dear audiences, we have included some pictures of the oldest stadium in Muay Thai in Thailand, which is Saltaman. Then also of Lumpini, the most famous one, and other stadiums such as Max Muay Thai in Pattaya, Bangla Stadium, Patong Stadium, and etc. etc. And we have also included some fun facts. তো আপনারা এখানে কিছু বিশেষ ইনফরমেশন ইনক্লুড করা হয়েছে, এবং আমরা প্রতি পর্বেই প্রতি এপিসোডে শেষের দিকে আমরা এই বিশেষ বিশেষ ইনফরমেশনগুলো ইনক্লুড করা ট্রাই করবো এখন থেকে। আপনারা আমাদের সাথেই থাকবেন। প্রিয় দর্শক ও শ্রোতাবৃন্দ, আমরা আমাদের দ্বিতীয় পর্বের শেষ পর্যায়ে চলে এসেছি। এতক্ষণ ধৈর্য ধরে আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য আপনাদের সকলকে ধন্যবাদ। আমরা আশা করি আপনারা আমাদের সাথে আবার যুক্ত হবেন তৃতীয় পর্বে। আর আপনারা ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন। তৃতীয় পর্বের যে বিষয়বস্তু তা আমরা নির্ধারণ করেছি বাংলাদেশের মুয়ে থাই, its challenge and possibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, dear audiences, thank you for being with us this long. And please join us in our next session, which is episode 3. That will be we'll be talking about Muay Thai in Bangladesh, um, and its challenges and possibilities. So thank you again. Please join us in our next episode and leave your valuable comment in our Facebook page or in our YouTube channel. And if you want to see anything, or if you want us to talk anything regarding Muay Thai, any particular subject matter, please share it with us. We will do our best to enlighten you with the knowledge. And please forgive us for the shortcomings. And if there is any wrong information that I might have used here, if you can notice that one, please correct me. I would appreciate it a lot. And thank you once again. Thank you so much, Swadika. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Until I see you again.